Are you looking to grow revenues, increase profitability, or obtain financing? If so, you came to the right place.
Running a business is all about leadership. How do you become a better leader? Learn from the successful entrepreneurs and business owners how to lead your organization more effectively. That's why we created Leadership Live at 8:05, Talking Small Business, to help you succeed with your host, Andrew Frazier, Business Growth Pro and CFO and founder of the Small Business Pro University. Every Tuesday evening at 8 p.m. Eastern, we're joined by experienced entrepreneurs and business owners who share their secrets to success via live stream. Also, every Friday morning, we release a new podcast episode. Either way, you will learn about developing your business leadership skills from our roster of highly performing guest experts. Leadership Live is one of the many valuable resources provided through the Small Business Pro University, empowering business owners to learn, profit, and grow. Find out more at sbpro.u.com.
All right, good evening. Welcome to Leadership Live at 8:05. I'm your host, Andrew Frazier, and once again, it's great to be here on Tuesday evening. Every Tuesday night, we talk about small business, which is my favorite topic, and especially this week, I'm excited. Those of you who made it to our Small Business Pro Power Conference on the July 25th, it was a great event. And what we're going to do is I'm going to talk a little bit about the theme that we focused on because it's so important to what entrepreneurs and business owners need to focus on these days. And as well, we're going to just share some highlights from the event so you can sort of benefit from some of the great speakers and knowledge that was shared. So definitely invite you to ask questions. Definitely, if you were there, give a shout out. If you weren't there, hopefully we'll catch you next time. And really looking forward to having a great show tonight. So if you're on tonight, really just take a minute, put where you're from, where are you joining us from. So if you can put that in the chat, that would be great. And let me get started, talk a little bit about the topic, because business success in times of uncertainty. And that's really what we have now. It's more uncertain than ever, the business environment. There's always uncertainty in business, but even more so now, just uncertainty in the whole environment and the economy. But that being said, uncertainty and challenges, they create opportunities. And small business owners are perfectly positioned to be able to take advantage of those opportunities. But there's three things that you have to do as a small business owner to be able to do that successfully. But not only that, these are three things that you should be doing all the time. And what I'm talking about is, one, being proactive, going out and making things happen. You can't be reactive as a small business owner. You have to go out there and make things happen. Second, you have to be creative. You can't just do the same thing as everyone else as a small business. You need to be unique and have your own value proposition and really think through how you can solve problems for others, in a more creative way. And then finally, flexible. As a small business, you have the opportunity to be more flexible than larger businesses because you can make decisions quicker and easier and make adjustments to the needs of your clients. So when there's uncertainty, when there's challenges, it's not necessarily a bad thing for entrepreneurs and small business owners. You just need to focus on these three things a little bit more and really think through kind of how you're going to move forward. But you do have the advantage over larger companies in this environment. So I encourage you to do that. One of the key things we do through coaching and training and consulting is really help you to think through your strategies and your plans to make sure that you're focused on the right things. So appreciate everybody checking in. Hey, Karen from New York. Hey, Brian, San Diego. Excellent. Okay. And let's see. Alshine. Okay. And greetings, everyone. Thanks for tuning in and checking in. So we're going to have a great show tonight. But, business success in times of uncertainty is really, a real key to being successful. So now we had our annual Small Business Pro Power Conference in Newark a couple weeks ago. And, we had a great session. We had a lot of great people. And we also live streamed it. So some of you may have seen it via live stream as well. But want to just share some of what we have. We got some highlights, the highlights video, and also sort of talk through some of the key lessons learned and share information from others. So let me just start by sharing a little bit of the highlights video. So just sharing a little bit of the highlights, and we had a lot of different organizations that had white tables. Also, our keynote, our MC, Master Ceremonies, Mistress of Ceremonies, was Precious, the Killer Pitch Master Williams, and she did a great job of really energizing the group. Talked a little bit at the Power Breakfast in the morning, and with the Power Breakfast, our keynote, let's see if I can do this better. Okay, so in the morning, our Power Breakfast keynote speaker was Natalie Madeira Cofield. But definitely we're excited this year. The Power Breakfast sponsor was TD Bank. And, it's great to be able to work with them. And here's a little bit about TD Bank. So definitely, if you're in the area, I'm sure you're familiar with TD Bank. But here's a quick 30 seconds about what TD Bank's all about.
Life runs on its own schedule. So at TD, we run on yours. Because sometimes going for a walk just can't wait. And your morning meeting runs over because, well, look at that face. At TD, we know life's most important appointments come first. So if you're there, we're there too. That's how we're making banking unexpectedly human.
Okay, welcome back. So our keynote speaker at the conference is Natalie Madeira Cofield. And here's a little bit about her. And, she was outstanding, shares some great knowledge and information around the topic and other topics. So what I want to do real quick is so you can hear from her and see what she's about. Let's see. I've got a short video introduction of her so you can hear from her a little bit about herself, and then a little bit more about the topic.
And now I'm the CEO of the Association for Enterprise Opportunity. People jokingly tell me that sounds like a lot of lives and I don't look like I've lived it. And I always tell them that sounds good. I got my mama's jeans and some good under eye cream. But more importantly, this type of exposure just gave me the understanding firsthand of what it takes to run a business, because I did that. Employ people, I did that. Transition a business, I did that. Make a CEO, I've done that. Lead government agencies that are supporting entrepreneurs, I've done that. Be on the ground as a chamber, working with folks who are just coming into your office to just vent and talk about the challenge of what it means to start a business. So I've really kind of been through the life cycle of entrepreneurship and watched it evolve and change. We're a nearly 35-year-old trade association that's focused on supporting entrepreneurship and small businesses and the ecosystems that aid them across the country.
Okay, great. So that's a little bit about Natalie and what she does and where she joined us from. And here's a little bit of her message on the topic. She shared some great insights and knowledge and perspective. So definitely can learn a lot from her. Here's a little bit more.
I would say first, know your narrative and know your numbers. So it's important that you understand the mission and the financials of what it is that you're doing as a small business owner. And data drives all of this. So using what you have at your fingertips is going to be very important to the success and the sustainability of your business. Because at the end of the day, to be in business, you have to be in business. And so profit has to be there somewhere. Don't build alone is something else that I would say. I've talked a little bit about how trying emotionally and mentally and even physically entrepreneurship can be for entrepreneurs and small business owners. And so no one builds a business in isolation. You have to find an ecosystem, mentors, peers, folks to support you, and partners, because it's a team sport and it's not something that you can do alone. And then be ready for your yes, I would say. You want to be ready for the opportunity when it presents itself. As I said before, you don't have to get ready when you stay ready, right? And so know your stuff, be prepared, have your stuff in order, and opportunity will find you through your proactive outreach engagement. And when it does, you'll be ready for it. And it also keeps you in a yes mindset to believe that there's something greater that will happen for you.
Okay. And, love that she said, you don't have to get ready if you stay ready. And as a business owner, that's something key, is making sure that, you're ready to be able to take advantage of opportunities so that you can be proactive. You can be creative and you can be flexible. So, that's just a little bit of the great things that she shared at the conference. So I put the conference highlights link in the chat. So we actually set up a conference highlights page where you can go and have access to more video of each of the speakers, of the panels, access our Facebook photo album, download the program book, and also see a little bit about some of our upcoming events and activities as well. So definitely invite you to take advantage of that. Here's a little bit more from the conference. So after the conference started, what we did was we had a panel. Those panels on basically, it was our first breakout session on financial management from A to Z. It was facilitated by Nikisha Wilson, and she had two excellent panelists. We had Jack Cox from Northridge Business Associates, and then we also had Charisse Frazier, and she's from Tax Lady 2, and really talked about financial management from A to Z. Financial management is so important for small business owners, and many times they don't have the financial management support or resources to really run their business the way they should. But they talk through the key steps, starting with bookkeeping, which is the key to your financial management and being able to manage successfully, and provides the information so that you can successfully do accounting, do your taxes, do CFO work where you're getting financing, where you're focusing on growth, where you're putting together your strategy and your projections. But everything starts with bookkeeping. So that's where we started, and we continue to move forward from there. Let's see, who do I have? So definitely little bit about the panel. So Nikisha was actually a guest on Leadership Live at 8:05. So I'm just going to play a short excerpt of kind of what she talked about, and we'll go from there.
All right, 3 takeaways. Number 1, you need a strong foundation. We tend to skip steps. I've definitely skipped steps in this entrepreneurial journey, but sometimes you just have to go back. You need a strong foundation. If you don't have a strong foundation, it just makes it harder. The second thing I want to share is you are not in this alone. A lot of business owners feel like what they're dealing with, they're by themselves, but there's a community of business owners and a community of resources that's available to help you. And then the third thing I want to share is just pick one area. Just pick one thing. Just say, I'm going to work on one thing for this period of time. Don't stretch it out too long now. The one thing, it could be for 2 weeks or 21 days. I'm going to work on this one thing. And after you complete that one thing, you can work on something else. So foundation, you need a strong foundation. You're not alone. There are resources, people, network, communities that are here to support you, and pick one area and just start working on that. You don't have to eat the entire elephant all at once.
Okay, great. Thanks, Nikisha. Definitely, the panel shared a lot of valuable insights, and definitely being a big fan of financial management, was great to see people participate in the panel and learn. At the end of the day, you got to run your business based on facts. And the facts that you have are really going to be based on your bookkeeping and your financials and what you're doing. So having your financials in order allows you to make better business decisions. So that was a great panel, and appreciate Nikisha, Jack, and Sharice participating on the panel. After the panel there, we actually had a session with Irvin Hughes. And let's see if we can get a quick, take a look at him real quick. There's Jack. Okay. There's Sharice. Okay. And then this is Irvin Hughes. And he did the next panel. And, he really did a great job of sharing his expertise, both talking about growth and financing. So he put together a 10 times growth accelerator where he talked about, how to grow through government contracts, but not only that, how to get financing to be able to support government contracts. And that's one of the expertises of what his firm does. And he offered to evaluate and give people a pre-qual if you're interested. So I'm going to put his link in the chat, and definitely feel free to reach out to him if you're interested and learn a little bit more about it. So let me see if I can pull that real quick. Okay. All right. Can't pull it real quick, but we'll get that for you in a minute. So that's really what the morning session of the conference was like. Now it's a good time to take a quick break. One of the things that I shared at the conference, actually, let me take this off. One of the things that I shared at the conference is that, we've been working on some valuable resources for entrepreneurs and business owners. And, one of the things that I've been working on for several years is really the Masterpreneur assessment. It really takes what I've learned in all my years of entrepreneurship and working with other, over 1,000 business owners one-on-one, as well as, working within larger organizations, to be able to put that into a tool that can help entrepreneurs and business owners sort of see where they are, see what they need to do, see what they should be doing next, and gives you a roadmap on sort of how to move forward faster and easier. So that's what I call the Masterpreneur assessment. And we've got the Masterpreneur growth assessment. And what we do with the assessment is you get your Masterpreneur score. And, with your Masterpreneur score, it gives you a rating of how far you've traveled on the Masterpreneur journey. And based on that, it outlines sort of where you are and where you should be going. Next, we have growth factors that take you into more detail. We've got 10 growth factors that drive growth and that you need to focus on to be able to grow your business. So definitely something worth checking out. And I've got a short video just telling you a little bit about what the assessment is. So check it out. Most businesses are not growing and the owner is not making enough money. Unfortunately, if you're not growing, you're dying. If you don't know what's preventing you from growing, what you need to do next, or how best to move forward, you will not grow. Where should you start? Challenge yourself. Take our Masterpreneur growth assessment to understand which stage your business is in. Know what's needed to get to the next stage and how you'll need to evolve to lead your organization more successfully. Masterpreneur growth assessment will determine the next step and outline the journey that you'll need to take to achieve the growth faster and easier. Okay, excellent. So that's a little bit about the Masterpreneur assessment. We're going to make available the link, so it's actually ready for you to test out. So, right now, as we're launching it, we're making it available for free, along with a debrief of your results. So encourage you to take advantage of it now while we're offering it for free and making it available. And hopefully it'll be able to provide a lot of value for you and being able to grow your business faster and easier. So so definitely look forward to sharing that with you, and I'll put the link in the chat, and we'll go from there. So also, let's see, Brian's here, talk about networking, and networking is important. So Brian, thanks for sharing that. Our networking at the conference is powerful, as well as we have 3 events a year for entrepreneurs and business owners. We have the conference, and then we have 2 power breakfast events. So our next one's going to be on November 7th. So, if you're in the area, definitely it's going to be in Northern New Jersey. If you're not in the area, you still got time to make plans to be in Northern New Jersey. Hopefully you can join us. They're always, a great way to connect with powerful people. People walk away with having opportunities for financing and business development. So hopefully you can join us. So that next one is November 12th. And also I see Christine that you're on. Christine, we met through LinkedIn, through the live stream. You've been an avid follower, and actually got a chance to meet you in person the first time at the conference. So it was a pleasure meeting you. That shows the power of, of what we're doing here. And, definitely glad that you found that to be a very, very valuable experience. So thanks again, Christine, for making the trip out from the BK and joining us in the NJ. So, so let's get back and sort of see where we go from here. So one other thing that we have coming up that I talked about at the conference, and just want to make sure everybody's aware of, is we're celebrating 5 years of the live stream. That's a huge accomplishment. We've had over 200 episodes, over 200 different guests, sharing a lot of tremendous knowledge. And what we're doing in celebration of that is we're actually launching a book based on the learnings and lessons in the in the live stream. So the book's going to be called 99 Tips from the Experts, proven tips from the experts. So that's going to be available shortly, and actually it's available for pre-order. And then also we're going to have an event that's going to be a combination of both live and live stream, where we'll be launching the books on September 30th. And not only will we be doing the show, we'll be making the books available, but we're going to have several people who have been on the live stream and who are in the books, and they're going to be you'll have an opportunity to meet them, as well as have them sign your book as well. So stay tuned for more details, but put on your calendar the evening of September 30th, and that's going to be in the evening, our live stream episode for that week. So hopefully you can join us. So that's, a little about what's going on, what's happening. Definitely loving all the comments in the chat. Hopefully, we just went through the beginning, but we got a lot more to the conference. So that was just the first half, and it was tremendous. Hey, Angelica, thanks for joining in. Definitely good to have you there, but not only just have you there, have you participate and share a little bit about what you do as well. So thank you for that. Evangelos, thanks for connecting with me on LinkedIn as well. And, definitely let's take a look. So as you may know, we do the show and a lot of other initiatives for entrepreneurs and business owners through the Small Business Pro University. So I just want to share a little bit about what the Small Business Pro University is in a short video, and then we'll be back talking small business and sharing more about what we learned and what we found at the conference. So here we go about Small Business Pro University. Let's see if I can find it. Okay. Many small businesses experience low or no revenue growth, and the owners are not making enough money. I founded Small Business Pro University to help you break that cycle by empowering you with greater knowledge and enhanced skills to lead your organization more effectively. Over the past 15 years, I have collaborated with organizations like the Small Business Development Center, Rising Tide Capital, Empower the Village, NJMEP, Rutgers University, and SCORE to work one-on-one with over 1,000 business owners and teach tens of thousands of people about business. My experience includes serving as a naval officer, managing businesses, graduating from MIT, earning an MBA from NYU, and achieving the CFA designation, which has prepared me to accomplish my mission of helping 1.8 million business owners to sell more, maximize profit, and finance growth by 2028. My vision is to create the ultimate business ecosystem for entrepreneurs. Small Business Pro University empowers entrepreneurs like you to run their businesses more professionally and create sustainable enterprises. We employ my proven proprietary Masterpreneur playbook framework to guide your journey along the Masterpreneur path and facilitate your Masterpreneur evolution to work on your business and scale faster and easier. Small Business Pro University provides access to valuable resources, partnerships, and relationships that will help you to sell more, maximize profit, and finance growth. Our Masterpreneur initiatives include the Small Business Pro Network, 100+ expert-led multimedia courses, intensive training workshops, Spanish language training, Leadership Live at 8:05 live stream and podcast, in-person Power Breakfast events, and advisory coaching, consulting, and training services. Okay, great timing. So if you haven't noticed in the chat, I just put links. We talked about business financing, especially for government contracts. So I put that in the chat. So you can get a pre-qual if you're interested for free. Secondly, I put in the link to take the Masterpreneur Growth Assessment. So definitely take advantage of that now. I'm looking to get people to take it for our beta testing so that we can make sure that and tweak it to make it as great as possible. So that's why we're making it available for free now. So it's a great time to be able to take that and get some valuable feedback on ways to move your business forward. So hopefully you can join us with that. And let's take a look back at the conference. And, the afternoon was powerful as well as the morning. So definitely we had lunch. Lunch was great. Our location was at Nico's restaurant and bar in the New Jersey PAC, Performing Arts Center. So, right here we've got Angelica Allen McMillan, and she did a session for us. So, Angelica, I see you on the chat. If you want, come join us online. So I don't know if you got the link I sent earlier, but I'll send you a link to join us if you want to say a few words. So let's see. So Angelica sort of warmed us up before we had our keynote speaker at lunch. So there's Angelica, Precious Williams, MC, tuned us up. And our sponsor for the afternoon was Verizon Business. And Verizon Business has some great programs and resources for entrepreneurs and business owners. So one of the things that we wanted to do is make sure you're aware of them, share a little bit about what they are, and then also have you get you a link so that you can sign up for free to get access to them. So I'll get you a link here in a minute, but here's a little bit about Verizon Small Business and sort of what they do and what they're doing here. So let's see if I can get that. So here we go.
When I started my business, I knew that I wanted to be the best sign company on the South Fork.
Being an entrepreneur is so isolating. So it's so helpful to know that there are other people who are struggling with the same issues.
When I first got the food truck ready to go, I felt like I was on top of the world.
The Verizon Small Business Digital Ready program helped me hone my advertising and marketing strategies.
In the SEO course, it taught me how to interview vendors that would help with my search engine optimization. Our phones are ringing more. I'm getting more emails through my website.
I've took so many courses. It has built my confidence 100%.
I was able to lower my marketing expenses by 34%. And that was after one session.
It's really changed the way that I've been able to grow my business and fast-tracked us to becoming the company that we are today.
To keep serving the same community that built my business for me is just amazing.
I'm just so grateful for the program, giving me the tools not only to succeed, but to thrive.
Okay, so that's a little bit about Verizon Digital Ready, and it was great to have them at the conference and share a little bit about what they do. Put the link in the chat. Definitely you want to check out some of their great resources. They've got training and other things, and actually they've got a great course by Precious Williams, the Killer Pitch Master, on pitching that you may want to check out as well. So definitely check out the link and feel free to sign up. There's no cost, and take advantage of these resources that they have for entrepreneurs and small business owners. So what else do we have? So we have Verizon. Our keynote speaker was introduced by Derek Law, and our keynote speaker, let me go back. That went pretty quick. Oh, Just missed it by a second. Oh. So our keynote speaker is Calvin Reed Jr. He was one of the founders of Community Cable Connections, and that's really the first cable company in Newark, New Jersey, back in the day at the beginning of the cable revolution. I don't know about you guys, but at my age, I remember when there was no cable, and how excited we were when cable came to our community in Pittsburgh. And so they were on the cutting edge of that. And he shared some of his experience and expertise and things that he learned based on that, as well as I had him as a guest on Leadership Live at 8:05 in case you tuned in with us a few weeks back. But just in case you didn't, I pulled a little bit from his talk. So let me share that now.
The first thing you should really try to, grasp is the value and the need to have a solid business plan. I can't say enough how much that means, because it says so much about you, and it convinces people that you have not only a dream, but you have a plan for actualizing that dream. Business plan. The other thing is, don't be afraid to ask questions. Don't be afraid to use every resource at your disposal to try to get information for and get the ability to grow assets to actualize that goal. So you want to be able to use the resources that are around you to make your dream come true. Ask everybody that you know that might have any understanding of what it is you're trying to do about that. Say you're trying to become a mechanic. You want to know everything that could be known, be learned about how to be a mechanic. Because that's what you want to do. You want to open a shop. You got to know everything that's going to possibly go into that shop. You got to know that. Then I think third and most importantly, I would say is you have to have determination. You have to be committed to the process. You have to understand that it's not going to be easy, but it's going to be fulfilling when in fact you're able to actualize that goal that you've set. So do that. Be determined. Utilize the resources that are around you, and have a plan. Have a plan.
Okay. Great. So Calvin shared some great things during the conference in his message. I've got Angelica here, so I'm going to pull her on stage real quick. Hey, Angelica, how are you doing tonight?
I'm great, and you?
I'm excellent. Thanks for joining, and I like your company swag.
Thank you. Thank you.
So, appreciate you participating in the conference. Talk
Yes.
a little bit about what you did there and about your overall experience at the conference.
So, absolutely. My experience was truly wonderful as it exceeded my expectations. As a newly minted entrepreneur who launched her business at the end of June 2025, I knew that there would be a steep learning curve, and coming to your conference put me in an environment where I was able to network with people on a much deeper level than I had in the past. And just to be more specific, in sharing the pitch of my business, I was able to receive feedback. I was able to answer questions and respond in ways that allowed me to ascertain what really resonated with other entrepreneurs and where there was opportunity for synergy. And so I left the conference feeling much more empowered to take my virtual yoga business and look to partner it with some of the other existing businesses and with the entrepreneurs who were there, as well as some future opportunities. And so I truly understand how to connect the dots and how going slower will really actually help me to move faster in establishing a business that can sustain itself for years to come.
Excellent, excellent. Well, first, I'm glad you got a lot out of the experience.
Yes.
I've really enjoyed the conference as well. And, definitely, you're on your journey. We've been talking you through some of it. And, you've been doing great things. In a short period of time, you've done a lot. But
Thank
I
you.
think one thing that's important for people to understand is, it feels like you mentioned, it feels like you're moving slow, and it's taking longer than it should, and that you're not making the progress that you think you should make. But generally in small business, things take twice as long and many times cost twice as much. So, you're actually, ahead of where most business owners are at your stage.
I thank you for reminding me of that, which you have shared when we've had prior conversations, and to also acknowledge that there's a shift when you go from being an employee, which I was for a number of years, to actually being an entrepreneur. So you've helped me to understand that I need to give myself some grace through this window, and I'm very appreciative of that. While I do have a steep learning curve, listening and actually working on my business every day has helped me to gain confidence.
Excellent, excellent. So no, looking for great things from you going forward, and definitely. I know you do complimentary classes,
Yes,
so maybe throw your links in the chat, and anyone wants to
absolutely.
do like a virtual class with you, they can take you up on it.
Wonderful. I'll invite everyone while I have just 10 seconds to join me for a complimentary class at windchimeyoga.com, and I will put it in the chat. And thank you for this opportunity. And I feel very fortunate to be in this work with you.
Okay, same here. Same. Thank you.
You're welcome. Have a
So,
good night.
okay, good night. Okay, welcome. So no, I appreciate Angelica joining us tonight. I put the links in the chat, so anyone who wants to join in and say a few words, you're welcome to do that. This is my first time doing it, but I was advised that that's a way to make the show better. So definitely, if you have something you'd like to share on on the show, you've got the link there. And for StreamYard, and you can come backstage and I'll let you in and we can chat for a few minutes. So definitely, first, so I guess this will be the first of many times doing that, taking advantage of new capabilities of StreamYard, which is great. And also I've gotten, encouragement and support, as you can see, I made, my comments and just managing the show is going much smoother and much better, and definitely that's the result of I'm working with Jada J, who has a lot of experience doing stuff like that, as well as other types of marketing and social media visibility. So she's here on the show, and she's taking care of me behind the scenes, and also giving me recommendations. So that was one of the things she said I need to do, as well as engage the audience more. So hopefully I'm doing that, and we'll come to move forward. So yeah, Darren, definitely conferences around the same time every year. I think next year it's going to be July 26th. But I'll double check. It's going to be on that Friday. So, I think you're in the DC area, so it's not too far to come up. We had people come from Pittsburgh, New York, Maryland. So, you're not that far out, and, everybody who's come found it well worthwhile. So hopefully you can join us as well. So looking forward to that. So let's get back a little bit to the conference and what we've got. But if there's anyone who wants to join me on stage, definitely you're welcome to do that. All right. So we had the lunch keynote. And then after that, I facilitated a panel on business financing. So let's see. So the panel that we did on business financing, what do we call it? The breakout session number 3, financing your business faster and easier. I had a couple great panelists. I had John from TD Bank, and he's the lead guy in their SBA lending area. And not only that, TD Bank is like really the top SBA lender in mostly all of their regions. So, they're a bank that actually lends. I've had TD Bank account since early on when they were Commerce Bank. Great bank, seen them grow over the years, and really looking to support small business and actually providing them the financing to grow as well. And then we have Damian Jackson. He's CEO of Kind Capital Resources, and it was a great perspective because John was on the banking side, more of the lending, and Damian has his own investment bank, and really focused more on the equity and more advanced financing strategies. So, we had, resources and knowledge that was shared throughout, wherever your business is and wherever you're looking to take it. So definitely that was, the panel we had, the first one we had in the afternoon. And then let's see what else. Okay. So then we've got a little bit of a break, and let's see, lost the sound. Okay. And who else do we have here? So there's definitely a group. This is the CEO of Uso.com. This is Jeff, who's the president and founder of the New Jersey Veterans Chamber. And, we had a lot of great people in the room. So definitely found it to be a valuable conference. And hopefully you can join us next year. So, our theme was business success in times of uncertainty. And, definitely, that's something we're finding now. We've got a few minutes available, but if anyone wants to share a little bit of some of the challenges you're having or dealing with the uncertainty and with what's going on here. So, definitely, I've worked with some business owners recently, and, they're facing different things, but we talked about sort of how to move forward most successfully. So got a question here from the Thrive Show. So love the energy. Thanks for that. Can you share a quick tip for scaling a small business? Okay, well, scaling's not an easy thing. So, there's some tips, but it takes a lot more than that. And that's why I created the Masterpreneur assessment. But, everything starts with your numbers. If you're going to scale a business, a lot of things have to come together throughout your whole business. So really, there's 2 pieces to it. One, you have to sell more. So you got to focus on your sales and marketing and be able to continue to grow your revenues. But also you need to focus on analyzing your business so you can optimize things such that, when you're growing, you don't end up going out of business. So, the first thing to set up is, your bookkeeping. So you have access to information so you can make better and more timely decisions. And then your sales and marketing skills so that you can generate the revenues you need to do to scale. And, it's a balancing act, doing both of those at the same time. but definitely that's why I created the Masterpreneur Playbook, which outlines the 5 steps from going from startup to scaling your business. And, the Masterpreneur Assessment, which is available now, and I put the link in the chat. You should definitely try that out. So it's the Masterpreneur Growth Assessment. And what it does is, it's going to provide you with a Masterpreneur score. And based on that score, it's going to help you sort of see where you are, see what you should be focusing on. And then it'll help you develop a roadmap for how you can move your business forward faster and easier. So definitely check out the Masterpreneur Assessment. Here's a quick video of it again, just so you can get a better feel in case you weren't here earlier when we played it. Most businesses are not growing, and the owner is not making enough money. Unfortunately, if you're not growing, you're dying. If you don't know what's preventing you from growing, what you need to do next, or how best to move forward, you will not grow. Where should you start? Challenge yourself. Take our Masterpreneur Growth Assessment to understand which stage your business is in. Know what's needed to get to the next stage and how you'll need to evolve to lead your organization more successfully. Masterpreneur Growth Assessment will determine the next step and outline the journey that you'll need to take to achieve the growth faster and easier. Okay, great. So that's the Masterpreneur Assessment. You've got the link in the chat. Take advantage of it now while it's free. Okay, another question. What's the biggest mistake new entrepreneurs make during uncertainty? So I think that, a big challenge for new entrepreneurs is really understanding what it really means to be an entrepreneur and understanding, the level of commitment that you have to running a successful business. It's not a part-time thing. Think of it as you have a new child and the child is your business. So, if you're new and you're not committed to what you're doing, then you're not going to be able to focus the way that you need to function and have your business function successfully during uncertainty. I talked about at the beginning of the hour. The key is to be proactive, creative, and flexible. And being able to do that is key. The longer you've been in business, the more effectively you can do that. So when you're new, you're really going to have to focus on being able to do that successfully. So definitely great question. Appreciate that. And that's what I'd recommend for new business owners. Okay. Hey, Karen, TD's your bank as well. So, definitely available right in the area. They're walking distance, but not really. It's about 1.5 miles from me, but it's a quick drive. So, and now pretty much most banking you can do from wherever you are. So appreciate that and glad that TD is working out for you as well. So let's see any other questions. Definitely, we're here on Facebook. We're here on YouTube. We're here on LinkedIn. And actually, Jada has me on Twitch as well. So any of you using Twitch, you can see our shows as well as other live events that we're going to be doing there. So hopefully you can check us out. Definitely it's almost 9. Time goes fast. But if anyone has any additional questions, or if you want to jump on for a quick minute to say hello, you're welcome to do that. At the end of each show, always ask the guest to share 3 key takeaways based on what the discussion was all about. And so I guess I should ask that of myself as well. So, definitely, I'm going to take a sec to think about that as well. Like I give other business owners a chance to do that. So I'm just going to play a short video about, one of the things I mentioned that's critical for business owners, and that's really about bookkeeping. So I'll play this video, I'll come back and do the top 3, and then we'll close things out. Thanks for tuning in. You risk cash flow, tax, and profitability issues without timely, accurate financial records. Unfortunately, most business owners are not happy with their current bookkeeping situation.
Actually, our bookkeeper kind of left us. He actually got a job.
Many struggle with it themselves or have trouble finding the right help at a reasonable price. Even if you have a bookkeeper, there are often inaccuracies that can cost you money due to their lack of accounting knowledge and experience.
We had a lot of missing holes in our reporting. Things was a little hard to keep track of.
Fortunately, it doesn't have to be that way. That's why I incorporated small business-friendly bookkeeping into our service offerings.
Working with Andrew and Small Business Pro University was a very easy process. They really understood our numbers and our data very quickly and what needed to happen.
We meet you where you are, whether you want to switch to save money or need us to clean up past issues.
Since working with you, we've definitely been able to catch up on a lot of those missing holes and fill those gaps. So from a business standpoint, I'm able to understand my numbers a lot better.
Bringing everything current for tax and compliance purposes.
Along came Andrew Frazier. In a short period of time, they got us up to date. And now we're fine, and they're handling our bookkeeping.
Use the link below to schedule a complimentary discovery session to explore how we can help. www.sbprou.com/discovery. You have everything to gain and nothing to lose by scheduling a complimentary discovery session to explore how we can help at www.sbprou.com/discovery. All right, welcome. Just want to take a quick sec. I'm going to share the top 3 things, but I've also got Evan on here, so I'm just going to give him a sec online. So, hey, Evan, how you doing?
Hi, Andrew. Thank you for having me, and thank you for the opportunity actually having me. And I really enjoy your shows. I did discover you a few weeks ago. You guys blow me away. Thank you so much for you doing what you're doing. I really appreciate you. And on the question side, I like to ask you, obviously, the university is based on almost all level of business. I'm a little bit kind of in a business, but a little bit advanced, you could say. So one of my issue is generally just getting a lot more people to actually see us in the Internet of Things.
Okay, great. And, definitely it's a journey. Every business is at a different stage. Appreciate you coming on, sharing your questions. What we've created with the assessment is it really helps you figure out which of the 5 steps you're on in terms of startup to scaling. So, if you're just starting out, you're on step 1, working in your business, working on your business, working on the future of your business, and working on scaling your business. And, just from sort of what you're saying, it seems like you may be on step 4. One of the critical things is to scale. There's 3 things you got to do. You got to optimize, you got to strategize, and you got to scale. So, setting up your policies and procedures and optimizing your business. And then you got to develop a growth strategy. You have to revisit your entire marketing strategy and look at, expanding beyond the market that you're in, and also, adjusting your product and market lines, and services and what you're making available, and then build capacity. So really strategizing around those things before you can really grow successfully. So, really focusing on your growth strategy, your marketing around it. And sometimes it's good to get someone to help you, because, there's a lot more to marketing than you would think. And, it helps to have people who have that experience and that expertise. So hopefully that's helpful and on par with what you're thinking.
Yeah, thank you. I think you absolutely hit almost every kind of point in the head. In a way, I do understand a little bit about literally a bit of everything, but I also kind of agree with myself that I don't know everything. Somebody else know better than me.
Yeah.
So
Definitely. So I would recommend you take the assessment.
I definitely will.
Let me know where your score is.
Sure.
I think you're probably going to be at step 4, but let me know what how it works out with the assessment, and schedule some, take the assessment, schedule some time, and we can go over it with you.
Yeah, definitely. And I will also email you back. And thank you also having me on your LinkedIn. I really appreciate you. And I think what we're doing also could help you as well, like help you guys and your client as well. Because the tools really we build, I think, is for every one of us, not just for me personally. And I like to privately share with you and take some feedback from you and see what your thoughts are. And we take it from that. Thank you so much for your time and having me.
Okay. Great. So appreciate that. So thanks for joining me. Let me just close things out since we're a little after 9, and we'll go from there. All right. So, one of the things I talked about was the top 3 things to take away from what we talked about tonight. So really those top 3 things are, number 1, when you're looking at business in times of uncertainty, the first thing you need to do is step back, take a breath, look around, and also look at what you're doing and evaluate where you are and what you're doing. That's the first step. The second, I would say, is you want to analyze trends. What is happening? How are things changing? What is driving the change? Are these changes permanent? Are they temporary? And how impactful do you expect them to be? So it's important to step back, analyze trends, and then the last part is really focusing on looking at the right fit between your strengths and the trends. So is there a trend that you have a solution to, or you have a strength in being able to provide that solution? During times of change, there's different problems that need to be solved. There's different needs. And as a small business, if you can focus on being proactive, being creative, and being flexible, you can get access to customers and business opportunities that you would never be able to get access to if the times weren't uncertain or challenging, because a new opportunity comes up through different needs, wants, and desires, and you have the opportunity to capitalize on it with a new solution faster than other larger businesses. So there you have it. Step back, analyze the trends, and then match an important trend with one of your strengths so that you can create a new stream of revenue and create new opportunities for business. So thanks. Hopefully that gives you something valuable. Appreciate you tuning in again. Once again, always appreciate everybody's comments and questions. And, we're going to tune out, because at the end of the day, the more that you know, the faster and more successful your business is going to grow.
Thank you for listening to Leadership Live at 8:05, Talking Small Business. Subscribe to our YouTube channel and to the podcast on your favorite podcast platform. Leadership Live is one of the many valuable resources provided through the Small Business Pro University, empowering business owners to learn, profit, and grow. Find out more at sbpro.u.com.